And there is our melon farm that we created last episode. And this episode, we want to put some kind of structure around this. And you can see that I have already kind of mapped out the footprint of the silo that we're going to build around this structure. A few things I need to do on this farm. There's a couple things I needed to fix that we're going to have to try to squeeze in there and figure out how to do that without damaging everything. So let's try to get that done first. In fact, let me show you what needs to be fixed. By the way, hello, my name is MC Yoda, and welcome to my Longplay world. This is just me playing Minecraft for a couple hours, the way I normally would if I was by myself, except I'll be chatting with you the whole time. So I hope you enjoy. So we built this last episode if you were here, and this does melons and pumpkins. The first level does pumpkins, and then the pumpkins get shot up this item elevator into this row of chests to be collected here. And these two layers, that one and that one, both do melons, and then those slices come down here. They get crafted into melons, shot up this column, and then down these chests to be end up here. Oh, look, here we go. We got exactly 4 stacks, and we got about 13 shy of 4 stacks. So they're keeping pace pretty well. Not too bad, not too bad. We tried to calculate the number of stems we would need to make them about even, and they seem to be keeping pace pretty well. Anyway, a couple fixes. First of all, I did look it up, and because we only have one light source in these levels, and that would be along this front side, we put a lit jack-o'-lantern here, and of course a watermelon there, thinking like, that's watermelons, this is pumpkins. But like, you can't even see them, right? When you have the doors and the water streams and the bubbles, you can't even see them. But what's happening here is, since that's the only light source, this far corner, these 2 stems are actually at a light level of 8. And I looked it up on the Wikipedia, or on the wiki page, and those do need a light level of 9. So I need to get more light. So what I'm going to do is, instead of just trying to jam something in the wall, which technically I could do that, I'm just going to replace these pumpkins with lit jack-o'-lanterns so that we have the same amount of light on both sides of each layer of the farm. And like I said, you can't really see them anyway, so the idea that you would see those pumpkins and melons kind of didn't work. The other problem that I noticed, and someone else pointed out, is whenever I did the top layer, I accidentally put a solid block over that lit pumpkin, so that top layer is in the dark. Or mostly in the dark. It's getting light from the sides for now, but we need to fix that. And a couple people pointed out, I totally spaced out on this. I got the crafter going into a dropper to have the dropper spit out the melons into the stream. The crafter itself could just spit them straight into the stream. I don't need this dropper mechanism down here. So I can tighten up that redstone a little bit while I'm here as well. All right. So that is some of our plans for today. And then once I get all these things fixed, we're going to start building the structure here. And these were supposed to go there. No, they weren't. They were supposed to go... Oh my gosh, I already screwed it up. How did I screw it up? Oh, no, these were here. Okay. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get things fixed. So first of all, we're going to need probably some glass and some jack-o'-lanterns so we can fix the lighting. Probably a trap door so we can squeeze ourselves into those tight spots. And some scaffolding to get around. All right, I rearranged a little bit. You can see there's more labeled chests now. I've just been kind of spreading things out a little bit. There were too many blocks being clustered in single chests. And I'm starting to run out of space. So, I say run out of space. I got all these chests, but you know what I mean. There were too many things being clogged up in one place. So I spread that out a little bit. So I'm going to need some of these. And what else did I say I needed? What were we just talking? Jack-o'-lanterns. We needed jack-o'-lanterns, and I should have some of those. And you know what? Technically, those, I now have a light box. Those should technically go in here. I needed some glass. Some glass. I'm going to need at least one trapdoor so I can get in and out of things. Trapdoor. It's always good to have some junk blocks, so we'll grab some dirt. All right, good. Now let's go start doing some fixing. I also did some tree farming. That's why you can see there were so many more pumpkins and melons in here from last episode. I was just doing some mindless tree farming over there for a little while just to get some wood. Make sure I had enough to build this and some stone. Let's see. Okay, so now let's start with fixing the lighting. So for this, I'm going to have to... First of all, I'm going to have to be able to squeeze inside here. Let's see. We'll go up here with some dirt blocks. Okay. And we're going to have to squeeze inside. Okay, there we go. So now what I need to do is I need to replace that. Oh, look, I just got a melon in my pocket. Did I just throw that? Uh-oh. I hope I didn't just mess everything up. I realized I just threw that melon and it might have gotten into the crafter. No, it didn't. Okay. I don't think I'm fully awake yet this morning. Let's see. So I need to break this glass and replace that with a jack-o'-lantern and then put this glass back. And I just realized that I got clear glass for the other one. All right. I should have organized my thoughts a little better before I hit record. Let's see. I don't need clear glass. I need white glass. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this without spilling water all over the place. Maybe I can use trapdoors to kind of block the water flow, because that water is going to come spilling out and popping plant stems and everything else. And it's going to wreck everything. So I need to block that water from spilling. So maybe what I can do is, if I get a trapdoor right here, so I can basically, like, I'm holding down my right click, and then as soon as I break this glass, oops, I was holding dirt. Let me try that again. Nice. Okay, yeah, see, so I instantly placed that, and it stopped the water from spilling. So now if I do the same thing with a jack-o'-lantern here, let me get that out. There we go. I'll do it this way. I need to make sure I'm not, like, on the block, though. I have to be able to target. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay. Nice. Okay, okay. Great. And then I can do the same thing here with the glass. I can... Okay, that's going to be annoying. Sorry about that. Boom. Look at that. That's how you do it without spilling water. Now, if this was a solid block and we could see the light level, so now this light level is going to be higher than it was before, because before it was only coming from that light, and now it's coming from a light that's 2 blocks closer. So we have to just do that 2 more times. That actually went better than I expected. I expected this was going to be a complete mess. I thought I was going to just wreck everything just then. All right, are we still going? Okay, we're still doing good with not, there we go, not getting too many things in there. What was I looking for? A bed, because it's nighttime. I mean, we're safe here at night, but it is always nice to not have to work in the dark. So we'll sleep that away. I hope everyone is doing well this week. Sorry I missed the last week or so's worth of episodes. I injured myself. I say that it's not as dramatic as it sounds. I mean, it hurt really bad, but for about a day. But yeah, I scratched the cornea of my eye, and this unfortunately isn't the first time that that's happened. I don't know. I don't know if it's a getting old thing or what's going on with that, but I have scratched my eye on my let's see. I need to. Okay, so I want to get in here. I want to be targeting that, and okay, there we go. Boom. Okay. I guess somehow when I sleep, my face is like laying in my pillow, and then my head will move, and it will like pry my eyelid open a little bit, and then scratch my eye on the pillow. And that hurts. It hurts a lot, and it messes up your. Oh, okay. I just got smacked by a thing. Okay. It hurts a lot, and it makes your eye water uncontrollably for a good solid day. And there we go. Perfect. And then while that thing heals, it screws up the vision in that eye for like a good week or so, week and a half. It's still not perfect. If I squint and look out of just my left eye, I'm seeing like some weird ghost images still from it. But I'm okay. It's all good. No, nothing permanent. And unfortunately now this has happened like 4 or 5 times. So this is kind of weird. Yeah, I thought something got in there. See? There we go. Yeah, you gotta be careful with stuff getting in these crafters when you're messing with these farms. But I'm okay now, and again, and like you can see, I am back to recording, so hopefully it'll be a long time before that happens again. I'm certain now that it'll happen again, since it has happened a few times now. The first time I thought I just like hurt my eye, and I wasn't sure what happened, and it was bad, but it wasn't, you know, unbearable. I mean, it was at first, but second time it happened, it hurt so bad I thought I actually like damaged. See how on this one I accidentally put solid blocks there, so there was like, it was getting light from the corner because these are not solid blocks. But once this thing was covered, this wouldn't be lit. This top layer. Anyway, yeah, the second time it happened, it hurt so bad that I thought I seriously injured my eye. Like I thought I screwed up my vision or something. And I went to the emergency room, and that's when I found out what had happened with the scratch. And it's happened like twice now since then, but not as bad as that time I went to the emergency room. So I'm going to have to break this one with my hand so that I can get that quick. Actually, you know what? No, if I put this in my offhand and I put a pickaxe, I should be able to just go. Nice. There we go. All right. Oh, you know, I can do the same thing like with an axe, right? Make this go a little faster too. Nice. And then put glass in the offhand. See, I knew I had to do the offhand thing. Nice. All right, and this one over here needs to be replaced with a glass as well. All right. Fantastic. Now that part of the farm is fixed. We are good to go with that. There we go. Hold on a second. Oh no, that's supposed to be. Never mind. I thought I was looking at the wrong layer, and I'm like, hey, there's solid blocks there too. All right, let's clean out this crafter. Make sure we didn't drop another trapdoor. There we go. Some junk. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So that might also be why the pumpkins were pulling ahead of the melons. Oh, look at that. They got all goofed up. Oh no, the melons are ahead of the pumpkins. I was going to say because several of the melon... Oh no, they would have been even because it was 2 pumpkin stems and 4 melon stems that were in the dark. Well, not in the dark, in the not as bright as it should be. All right, there we go. All fixed. We are good to go. And now let's tighten up this redstone down here just a little bit. Let's see. Let me open this up again. And we're going to have water spilling We're going to have water spilling again because that's just the way things are laid out. So basically, this crafter just needs to be turned facing the water stream. And the water stream really needs to come up one block. And then this bottom part can be removed. Which technically means then that I was going to say, then I could make the crafter redstone come out this way to match that one. But I don't think I need to worry about all that. Because right now, all the crafter redstone is back here. I think it's fine leaving it back there. It's kind of below the floor anyway. We're just going to remove this bit here. Okay. All right, let's start tearing this out. And this water's going to spill. Okay. And it just, did you see that? It just auto-crafted a melon, chikung, and it popped out the water. Okay, I want to get this thing here. Come here. I want to put a stone there. And we're going to put a new soul sand there. So we can raise that up a little bit. I need more stone. I need more stone. Oh. Alright, so now all this stone can go here. And now basically I just need to make this crafter face this direction. So I believe all of this redstone is protected by these blocks, so the water should only spill towards me. So we might be okay with the water spilling out here. Let me temporarily save that redstone from me getting busted. Okay. Alright. Now we just need to pop you up and then get you placed the right direction. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, I don't want to be up here. I can't swim down, can I? Dang it. Dang it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. Oof. Okay. Don't get in the water stream. Don't get in the water stream. Where's the crafter? There's the crafter. Okay. I need to not get in the water stream. I need to just get to... Okay, there we go. Is that it? Is that the right position? That is the right position. Boom. Lock it in. We're good to go. We can remove this now. All right. Redstone has been simplified. Thank you for the people who pointed that out. Again, I think it was multiple people pointed that out. I totally blanked. I wasn't even thinking that the dropper already, the crafter already spits things into, you know, or it already shoots things out. I totally missed that. So thank you for that improvement. Okay, so now we can put that back in there. Let's just make sure that things are looking okay down here. Okay. I just want to make sure that that's still operating. So let's break this melon. Okay. So as we go, boop, boom, 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 craft, boom. And then hopefully it should come down. So this should become a 3 shortly here after it works its way through the system. Boom, there it is. Excellent. Perfect. All right. The farm is now finally done. Finally. Let's see. Now we need to build the this thing. All right. What is going on over here? I don't know what's going on over there. All right, so I'm gonna need some supplies. So I have some ideas of what I want to do with this, but not 100%. So we're gonna kind of build some of it pretty much on the fly. Although, again, I have a basic idea. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how it will turn out. I haven't really, like, I haven't done any planning besides just what the footprint would be. Let me clean some of this stuff up. Some redstone stuff goes in here. Oops, that's not redstone. Let's see, our jack-o'-lanterns now go in the light box. We'll keep the scaffoldings for now. There we go. And glass. Oh, another thing I wanted to do real quick before we get into the construction here. I wanted to adjust my automatic block breaker here. I thought of a cool way that this could be improved. Basically, not improved so much as like it's going to work exactly the same, but improved as in automatic item collection. We're going to add item collection to it. So the way this is going to work is we're going to stand here and smash forward, right? So the block we're breaking is still going to land here, but the obsidian is going to move against this back wall. The obsidian is going to be replaced by a hopper and a chest underneath it. And then this waterlogged leaf will go to on top of this space. Okay? So the changes themselves are pretty simple. And this basically is a way to... I need an empty bucket. I don't actually have an empty... Do I have an empty bucket over here? I do. Look at that. Nice. I just wanted to get that out. There we go. I just completely forgot what I was saying. I was in the middle of a sentence. I don't know. I don't know what I was saying. Okay, so let me remove that. Okay, yeah, so the changes are pretty simple here. It's just going to automatically collect the items. So now we're going to be smashing that direction. Let me put a temporary block here so we can put a leaf above it. Okay, it does make it look a little more wonky. Like, it doesn't look as clean and awesome with this thing kind of floating out here. But, you know. Can't win it all. Can't win it all. I can't have it look awesome and be functional at the same time. We need a hopper, and we'll just stick a double chest down there. Double chest. So we'll stick this. And now, like, if this was in, like, your base, you could have that then, like, feed down into a storage system or a sorter or an auto crafter or whatever you wanted to do. You could do whatever you wanted. But this is how you would collect items. So let's go ahead and stick the chest down there, and we're going to stick the hopper in it. So now what we do is we stand here, and then we just go forward with our block breaking. Okay? I just noticed we got ugly. Not ugly. Andesite's not ugly, but it is whenever you're expecting it to look like stone. There we go. Nice. So let's test it out. Let's make sure it still works. So let's go with some redstone. Here we go. We're gonna put some in the dropper. We're gonna put some in our offhand, and we're going to not use our silk touch because that would be stupid. We're gonna use this. You know, I could. Oh, you know what? I also want to do. I need to move this down to here, just to make sure that these things are being spit out at your feet and making sure that you're picking them up. And that redstone will, that redstone powers this, which activates this, so you don't have to run another redstone line. It'll work perfectly fine like this. Let's stick that in there. Okay, I guess some of them got in the hopper when it exploded. There we go. Oda's Fortune. Okay, I was also thinking maybe this, because now this feels awkward. Maybe this can sit back here. And now I'm hiding my potion. Whatever. Again, not as attractive, but it's going to automatically collect every one of these. So let's go ahead and just go boom. There we go. And just like normal, my inventory is being constantly refilled by the dropper on our right. And man. And we don't have to worry about aiming, right? We're just looking straight forward. You don't have to do that weird like looking down on the front edge aiming thing. So it's actually easier to use. It's actually easier. And we'll make sure that the concrete still works. I'm pretty sure it does, but I think let's make sure that it still hydrates with the leaf block above it. Okay, we're on our way down. We've gotten through what was in the dropper. Getting some nice levels from this. There we go. And now you can see, okay, I did pick up some of it. Oh, look at it, did still get like spewed. Okay. Oh, it's because this is full. Oh. Okay. This is not officially version 2. There are flaws. We'll have to work it out. So, stupid keys. So don't build this yet. This is a bottleneck, and then once that hopper gets full, it stops. It stops. It just starts spewing like it did before. Well, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Grr, okay. I'll have to rethink that one. I'll have to rethink that one. Oh, that bums me out. I thought I had it totally figured out. Because, you know, I think when I tested it out, this never filled up. I just tested it out with a little bit. I'm like, hey, it works. It collects everything. And then I was done with it. They really need... Okay. Where's my... Okay, see, wrong key. I keep hitting the wrong keys there. Mojang. Mojang. Are you watching? Mojang? Okay, hold on. Mojang, if you're watching, make a hopper that you can then craft it with, I don't know, something, craft it with some extra redstone or a rabbit's foot or something, and then it makes it a fast hopper. Fast hopper. And then it moves at the speeds that those hopper minecarts move at. Yes. Please. Please do that. Thank you for your attention, folks at Mojang. All right, now let's go ahead and start building our what you call it, silo. So my ideas is I was going to have the wood kind of going up along the sides of it, and then the inside is kind of like our circular-ish silo, except I was thinking I was going to kind of use several different types of blocks for this. I was going to use some tough bricks. I was going to do it like all brick, but we're going to like layer it with like tough and maybe mossy stone and regular stone. And I made a bunch of cracked stone. Just to give it some like variance and some shading and stuff. So let's see how this goes. And I don't want to get any more complicated than that. I don't need to mix in like 16 different blocks into a palette here. It just so that the what do I want to do? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So here's what I was thinking. So first we're gonna have these kind of stretching up. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be really tall, isn't it? See, I want to get above that. Okay, is that above that? Close enough. Let me drift down. I love elytra. I love them so much. All right, let's get this one up here. All right, close enough. All right, and now the wall's going to go up here. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to have some kind of band to make it like it's. But the band isn't going to be logs. It has to be feel like something more structural. So before I start texturing, basically what I'm going to do is, oh, dang it. I cannot target. I am just all out of my sorts today. This is actually a Saturday morning still, technically. Normally I record these on like a Monday night or Tuesday, you know, have them up on Tuesday or Wednesday. But I'm actually recording this on a Saturday. So here's what I'm thinking. Like, it'll go up a few blocks, and then there's going to be some kind of a rim, like a structural rim, and then this section will kind of be shaded with the different blocks, and then the next section will kind of be shaded with a bit of a rim, and the next section will be kind of shaded with a bit of a rim, and there's going to be a roof. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So what can I make for this rim that sticks out? Something that looks structural. Something that's not wood, right? Because wood is those beams going up and down like they're giant tree trunks. What would the sideways support be? Oh, I also threw some lights down here. I was just cleaning up the lighting. I got rid of the torch spam and put some lit pumpkins here and some lights in the middle. You guys don't care about all that. I was just cleaning up a few things off camera while I could do that when I was waiting for my eye to heal. Something structural. Do we just go with something like we go with the old smooth stone slab? We go old school, man. Old school. Let's do some of these. Let's grab a stack of these. And then just see what that looks like. Alright. I haven't done any math to know how tall each of these sections has to be. Technically, we're putting a row at those observers, I think, right now. A row at the observers, and then we have a little bit until the roof. That'd probably be fine. So let's say this kind of support thing sticks out like this. It looks goofy and chunky, but it is Minecraft. Minecraft is goofy and chunky. I won't really know how that looks until we get more layers. Right, so the idea here then is that the next layer, how many was that? That was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was on the 5th one. So if we go 1, 2, 3. Oh. This is why I'm surprised I made it as far as I did through my super ultra hardcore. Because I just fall off of stuff all the time. 4, 5, right? Even with the observers. And then we do another row of support rim sticking out. And then we do like another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then we do another support rim, and then we can just kind of do like a bit, like a 1, 2, 3, and then we get like the roof on top of that. So let's just see what that little sliver of silo looks like from the chicken hill over here. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And of course, it's going to be around the whole like cylindrical silo. I think that looks good. I think that looks fine. Thinking now maybe I should put them on bottom slabs instead of top slabs, just to make sure they're spawn proof without having to add weird torch spam. So let's do that. Let us do that. So we're going to... Scaffoldings are always weird. Okay, so now we're going to do like bottom slabs on the bottom of the 6th one, right? Is that so? Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid. The next one is gonna be 1 half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can't make it perfectly symmetrical if you're doing bottom slabs on this layer. Okay. Okay, and then bottom slabs here. And then same thing here. I just lost my place. Ah, I just lost my place. I think it's this one. I think it was this one because we had 3 up here, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that's right. Let's see how that looks. All right. Let's go back over here to the chicken hill. Oof. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm okay with the bottom one being a tiny bit taller. I suppose it's a tiny bit taller. It's like half a block taller because technically, because you can see this bottom half, it technically makes this one taller than the other ones. But I think that is perfectly fine. If anyone's going to nitpick that, well, then they can just build their own silo. That is better. All right. Cool. So I think that is the design for now. And then inside here, we're going to texture this a little bit with these different blocks. Now, there was a texture that I did on my last season of Craftworks, season 2, when I did my Clue house, the Clue mansion. I did a design in the basement walls that I thought was really cool. It was simple on its surface. It's pretty simple and it looks almost too uniform, but it worked and I thought it was pretty cool. So it basically it goes a transition from like these to these to these to these, I believe. Right? So we kind of like did some this stuff in the corner, and then around that we put an edge of that, and then around that we put an edge of that, and then the rest of it is that. Okay? And if you were listening and not watching, that was tough bricks, and then mossy stone bricks, and then cracked stone bricks, and then regular stone bricks. So basically what I do is I say, okay, this is kind of being shadowed by this edge, and then you would think moisture is collecting, and then in the shadow, and you're kind of, these things are kind of, these top corners are kind of the more dark areas. So we're going to bust out some of that in a hopefully seemingly random way. Good enough. Okay. And then we're going to replace those we just popped out with tough. Okay. Now we're going to go around the edge of that tough and do the mossy stone bricks. Just like that. Okay. And like I said, this is very systematic and very, you know, not as random, but I think it ends up working pretty well. And then we're going to do an edge around that of the cracked. Is this perfect? No. But I think it is effective enough and it works. And it's relatively easy. You don't have to sit there and like worry too much. The only thing I do is do like the initial tough placement. See? And then you kind of get this nice texture that, you know, your eyes don't notice the pattern that we just did specifically, you know, but it kind of gives you that gradient. You kind of have those kind of shadowed corners and they're slowly working their way. And I think it just works. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm just going to do that same thing on each layer right? So now we're basically going to say this next layer starts its own pattern doing the same thing. Next layer does the same thing. The only thing I have to watch is that I don't make the original tuff placement identical. Just got to vary them up, even if it's just by a block or two here or there. Yeah. That works out pretty well. Now, the only thing with doing this is now I have to, like, you know, get up in front of it with a scaffold like this to start doing it. But that's fine. That's no problem. Okay, so let's just break out a couple here. And we'll do this one and this one here. And we'll even go down like that. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to replace those with tuff. And when I did this in my basement of my Clue mansion, I actually I'm trying to see which one is the down. Okay, it's this one here. Okay. When I did this in my Clue mansion, I had some of these splotches starting from the floor, some of them starting from the ceiling, coming from the corners. So the splotches kind of started from different locations, which kind of helped in the basement setting. That helped out really well. So then we go mossy, 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 and then we're going to go cracked for the next edge. So that's cracked. Oh, I gotta get in there to target that. There we go. Give me those stones. Those cracked stones are not cheap. You gotta smelt every one of those. All right. So now let's sleep away this darkness so we can see what that looks like with two of them done. Yeah. See? It works. It works. It's subtle, but it gives you that shadowing, and it gives you that texture, and it gives you that little bit of roughness to some of those blocks, right? Yeah, I like it. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I haven't done that pattern besides that one build in that one Clue Mansion basement, so I think it looks pretty good on this as well. All right, now let's get up there and do this one. And now we're hopefully now as we build this, then we'll be able to do each section just a little bit quicker. I could also do it the other way, and I could like just build like up from the bottom these, and then do a layer of those, and a layer of those, and then the rest tuff, right? I could do it either way, right? So as I'm building these walls up, I don't have to build the entire wall and then come back in and reface it. Once I understand what I'm building, I can kind of do it more on the fly as I'm building these tower chunks. Silo chunks. It's not a tower. It's a silo. It is a silo. It is a, we're pretending that this is a medieval-ish silo, although I'm pretty certain that they did not do grain silos at all like this in the medieval days. They really didn't have the equipment to hoist the grains this high up to dump them into the top of a silo this tall. So this is the extremely historically inaccurate medieval silo. Right. That's why we're calling it medieval-ish. Medieval-ish. The ish is kind of like your insurance policy there against all the pedantic people who are going to tell you that you're wrong. Let's see. I need to squeeze in some mossies. See, now I'm getting a little aggressive, and we're getting even in, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There we go. It doesn't matter that this one's going to be even more of the dark bricks and less of the light bricks. It doesn't matter. That just means that this section got a whole lot of wear and tear on it somehow. Oh. There we go. Give me that block. Very cool. Wow. I like it. I like it a lot. Not loving the divider block. Oops, sorry, I just bumped my mouse. Sorry, I didn't mean to swing the camera like that. Not absolutely loving those, but they're fine for now, I think. And I think once the whole silo is built, actually, you know what? It gives you a bit of a brighter color popping out. It almost makes it look like an iron band. So I think that actually does work. And I think once the whole thing is built, it's going to look better too than that one section. All right, nice. Well, let's start building this piece by piece. All right. So this will be interesting. Now we're kind of doing the monotonous building of the same thing over and over. So this will be interesting to see how exciting this is. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. Let's see. How many... See, I can't see the edge from this side. I'm going to have to mark where that is. So that is the bottom of this block, which is that block, I think. Yes. Which on the inside would be this right here. Okay, there's our... Oh, it was a melon. I heard a pop, and it made me think that there was like someone had broken a block right behind me, but it was a pumpkin being popped. Okay, yep, that's at the right spot. Okay. Speaking of which, let's just check on this, make sure everything is still going smooth. Nice. We got 4 stacks and 21 here. We got 4 stacks and 10, so we're still behind by a few here, but that's okay. That is okay. All right. How about let's see what it's like to actually build these up from the bottom up. From the bottom up. Okay, so we're gonna start with let's see, we're gonna do like one of these and one of these, something like this, something like that. Okay. No, I'm going from bottom. So now I'm doing too many. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be difficult. You know what? I think I might just have to build it and then face it. Reface what I built. Yeah. We'll build our rim. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to have to and then kind of do each face individually, right? So we're going to throw some of that up there. And then we're going to say this one's really coming down a lot here on this side like this. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll do the cracked. And we'll clean that up. Yeah. And another thing I like about doing this, like this to me, doing a system like this makes decorating like this more accessible to people who are, you know, like me. I feel like a little bit less creative and less able to, you know, be random and stuff, right? So this kind of gives you a little bit of a system where you don't really have to put the deep creative thought into every block placement. You're just kind of following a bit of a pattern, and it still comes out looking really nice. So I like this a lot. And I'm assuming this same idea could be used for all kinds of different things. It's just that this is the one thing that I had done in the past. So I figured I'd try to repeat that same thing because, you know, hey, why not? Replay the hits, right? Let's see if I can drift down onto there without hurting myself too bad. Okay. It's also weird because like the way these corners are kind of reused between the sides. One bit of this is already shaded because I'll show you what I mean. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Now I'm trying to rush because I want to show you what I mean. Oh gosh. Yeah, so like right. So when we did this side, this corner block is this corner block, right? So you can see like we already have some bits going up here that have already started the same pattern that ended here. That's going to happen on these corners because that block is shared. On these sides, that there is no shared block. There's an air gap between here and the next one, right? So that kind of already starts dictating a little bit what those next rows are going to be. Just thought I'd point that out. We need to see where these are going to line up. Actually, that might be a little bit easier because we've got that line right there. It's probably right there, right? 1, 2, half, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then bottom. Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten. Yeah, that is right. Okay, yeah. Yep. Because these sections are half plus 4. Okay, 4.5. Half plus 4, or as most human beings would say, 4.5. Let's see. There we go. And then... Oh gosh. Okay. I do like scaffolding, but sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain. 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the bottom right there. Okay. And you can already tell the difference between the shaded ones and the ones that are still plain. It's a big difference. It really is. But again, it's a subtle difference. It's just kind of giving you that like when from a distance, it's kind of giving you like a shadow effect. Cool. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, now we will okay. All right, what can I chit-chat about while we're doing this kind of mindless building? Now again, because I'm just kind of repeating the same kind of patterns. Let's talk a little bit about family and the next generation. I got to see in person a few of my nieces and nephews I don't get to see very often. And one of them I got to see over a... Oh my gosh, I sound like such an old person. Over one of those video phone things. This was cool. So actually I had my niece got married this weekend, which is awesome. Really proud of her, really proud of both of them, her and her new husband. In a world full of people making silly, stupid, rash decisions, they both kind of approached it with a really, really smart head on their shoulders. right? They were high school sweethearts, right? And I think they've been together since probably like their junior year of high school or something like that. And rather than just kind of rushing into things, they both, I guess, decided to make sure they had their lives sorted out before they just dove headfirst into everything. So they both went to school separately from each other. They didn't go to the same school. They didn't on campus with each other. They remained physically separated. They went to their own schools. They lived apart the whole time. And and they both were in school long enough to get their masters, right? So whatever that is, 5-6 years or something. And then they both finished up their schooling and graduated, and then they both kind of got settled into getting their careers started. And then they looked into purchasing a home, and they got that settled, and then they said, okay, now I think we're going to get married. Very cool, very, very smart. Very, very proud of them. Sorry, I just got a tiny bit choked up. Yeah, so very, very proud of my my niece and her new husband. Really, really wonderful people. I don't get to see them as often as I would like, but it's the way it is, right? With I think about I saw my aunts and uncles on a relatively regular basis when I was a kid, and it was family vacations and stuff. And then that kind of falls by the wayside once you become like a teenager and you start in your own life. You're not really seeing the aunts and uncles that aren't, the extended family that's not constantly in your face. You're just not seeing them as often. And I understand that's the way it works. That is the way it works. But it was really cool. It was really fun. My nephew, so the bride's brother, he lives on the other side of the country, and he flew in, so it was really nice to see him. I don't get to see him very often. He came with a buddy of his, and he was really nice, and got to chat with them a little bit. We're at a wedding and everything, and things are loud and things are going on, so it's still a little hard to have conversations and get to know someone, but that was a lot of fun, seeing them, and so that nephew is much more into similar things that I'm into, gaming and stuff, and stuff, and his buddy was also, so had a lot of fun chatting with them for a little while we were standing out in the ridiculously humid heat. Just sweating our buns off. Holy cow, it was so incredibly hot. But it was nice. It was nice. And then my other nephew is actually he is from a different sibling, right? So the one that got married and the one that flew in, those are from my sister. And then one of my brothers, one of their sons is actually, he's in the Air Force, and he is serving over in Jordan, I think. I think he's at a Air Force base in Jordan or something like that. I don't know. I forget the details. But he's in active duty over there right now, and Sorry, I'm just getting a little emotional. But he's doing well. He's doing very well, and he was. It was basically, the hours are so different. So it was around lunchtime for us, and it was closer to dinner time for us, and it was about when he would be getting off of his shift for working, and so my brother was able to get him on the phone and get him in like a video call real quick. So so it was really nice to see him. And he's one I really didn't get to see often because this was the brother that he lived in a whole nother state. So I really rarely got to see his kids. At least, my sister lived here. So so her kids lived here as well. But him, I hadn't seen him. I don't get to see him very often, but it was nice seeing him and seeing his face and knowing that he's safe. Wow. Sorry. Didn't expect that just saying that I saw my nephew would get me emotional. My apologies. I just took a sip and it went down the wrong pipe. Now I'm literally choked up. Sorry about that. There is no mute. There's no physical mute on this microphone. My apologies. Anyway, yeah. So it was really nice to see him and know that he's safe over there. There's always active attacks and stuff going on over there, and I know that his Air Force base got attacked a few weeks ago. Some people even got killed. I'm done talking about that. War sucks, y'all. War sucks. War is stupid. It's pointless. It sucks. I'm going to take my mid-episode break a little bit early. I will see you guys in just a few minutes. For you, it'll just be 1 second. Be right back. All right, I am back from my break. Apologies, didn't know I would get so emotional over talking about my nieces and nephews. But they're special people, and I love them very much. Let me stop. I don't need to start talking about that again. Anyway, so let's do a couple more sections of these wall real quick. I don't think I want to spend the whole next 2 hours building this wall. I might do maybe another. Let's maybe do this section, see what that looks like, and then we can at least start. Maybe just we'll plan out some stuff. We'll just play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. Because I was thinking I want to do something a little bit more exciting this episode besides just building this. Because I kind of realized that with this format, just building something like this, right? Because this can take hours, like you're trying to do a build and you're trying to detail stuff and you're going up and down. And that's a really long time to sit and watch someone do that in real time. So why don't we just kind of do one more of these. We'll finish this wall, and then we'll go do something a little bit more exciting for a little bit, and then maybe I can kind of like continue this structure, kind of like between episodes, and then we can come back and work on like the farmhouse piece next or something next episode, something like that. Try to break up the building into digestible chunks. Let's see. Where is my mossy? I should probably, I use like this smaller HUD because I just think it's cleaner. It looks nicer. But my eyes are getting older. And I wear glasses. I don't have 20/20 vision. And these glasses are very out of date. And they're not perfect. Of course, I also am still healing one of my eyeballs. But anyway, I go into here and sometimes I can't tell like which one's the mossy, which one's the tough. So maybe, maybe if I, what is this? Let's see, options, video, GUI scale, 2x, 3x, apply, done. Oh my gosh, that's so big. It's so big. But I can see stuff. Maybe I should start playing with maybe I should come to realize that it's been like 14 years since I've been playing this game and my eyes are 14 years older. And I probably don't need, I wasn't even wearing the glasses 14 years ago. That is identical to that. I did the exact same pattern on those two. I don't care. Let me just make one block different and we'll make sure we don't try to do the exact same pattern on the next. Okay, well, I'm not used to these things being that big and filling up that much of my screen. But that's probably also better for you guys. You guys can probably see better what's going on. Let me change at least one block here. That one's going to be another tough, which means that one's going to be one of these. Yep, which means that one is going to be one of these. Okay, why did I break those? I was going to use them again. I was just coming back around here. Pick those up. There we go. All right, at least it makes it a little bit... I don't like that it's a straight line. Oh my gosh, no, just stop. Don't do this to yourself, Oda. You know what? I don't want it to be a straight line. There we go. Okay, now stop futzing with it. There we go. Let's get up to the next level, next layer. And let's see. Let's see. No, this side will be kind of the... Oof, that's way down. Okay, that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Sure, that one's pretty different. They all don't have to be very even. Let's see. Oops. So I had an idea for what to do as something exciting to do in this episode. Let's see. They are a little bit... oh my gosh. They are a little bit easier to see with the larger resolution, with the larger GUI. Maybe I should start playing this way and seeing if I can get used to it. It will make it easier to see things. All right, let me go ahead and grab these, and we'll take a flyover to this tree. How's that looking? It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let's go back over to Chicken Hill. Yeah, I think that's turning out pretty well. Yeah. This is good. This is good. I could even put a little something on the corners here, like as if to see that they're being attached there. What would look good? Something that's... I am really not used to having that larger, these larger things. It feels like it's more in the way on the bottom of my screen. Oh gosh. I kind of like the brightness of that line there. It breaks up the darkness of everything else. So maybe something like maybe like a pale oak shelf on those corners, maybe to look like some kind of where this support rim is attached onto those posts. Let's see what that looks like. I could always pull this guy out. Cantaloupe. Actually, let me do that. Let me try that. I'm gonna make some of these, and then, oh my gosh, that is so large on the screen, isn't it? Let's see. Let me I really don't even know the recipe. Let me just do this. Okay, here we go. And now another use of the automatic block breaker here is stripping logs. You just have to be careful because my axe is very fast, so I'm having to like not just hold the button down. For this, you typically want a slightly slower axe. If I were just to lean on it, some of them will not get stripped. It'll break them too fast. Yeah, see, once I started going fast, a few of them didn't strip. There we go. So the shelves... Here we go. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. All good. Let's get Cantaloupe and see if Cantaloupe can help us place some of those. Come here, buddy. We need to open this so we can get you out. Ooh, it's been a while since I've ridden one of these. It really has been a while since I've ridden a gas. And of course, it's almost nighttime. Oh, for crying out loud. Ah. All right. And if I hop off of him to sleep, he's going to go flying away. All right. Get in, get in, get in. Here we go. And trap you in. Okay. Now, let's let that sun set so we can sleep, and then let's get... And there we go. Perfect. All right. Now, let's try this again, Cantaloupe. Let's get you flying out of here. I need a better garage. That was that super basic build. I probably need something a little better. So let's get the block out. Here we go. Am I high enough to get over these roofs? That is one thing that's a little clunky with these guys, is they are so big. It's hard to judge where you're at. Okay. All right. So let's see if we stick one here. That is much wider, isn't it? That is way wider than the... Well, we'll just do it, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, that's right. I can't hit shift. I have to actually... Okay, that is one thing that's annoying, is going down on them is kind of annoying. Of course, we just do it like this instead. Oh. There we go. And then we go up, and then we do this layer. And then we go up, and then we do this layer. And then we fly very slowly over towards Chicken Hill. And then we're going to turn around and see what that looks like. Ooh, I don't like that at all. That's too much. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. that doesn't work at all. Okay. Yep. That's why we try things out. I feel like it needs something there though, but to get something that's going to, it's whatever we put there is going to be a full block, right? Not sure what to do with that. Oh, you know what it could be? Oh, I just had a thought. I might even share that thought with you. Smokers. Smoker, that's what they're called, right? The furnaces for wood, those are called smokers, right? Oops. Let's try smokers. That might actually look good there. Okay. Okay, he can sweep up the blocks that are down low. Oh, they're so slow. I think fighting with scaffolding would actually be a little bit easier. Okay, let's fly you back over. Fly you very, very slowly. Oh, that's right. I was gonna. Oh, I need to do that today too. I was gonna take out those farms there and replace them with wheat. Wheat because wheat has more uses than just feeding the cows. You can use it to make the mud bricks and stuff. So packed mud and mud bricks. All right, guy. You're getting back in the garage, and we're gonna leave you. You are too slow. You have your uses, but a quick job like that is not what you're useful for. I'm missing 4. No, I made 60. That's right. I think I got them all. Because the other 4 are right here. All right, let's try smokers. That's what I said, right? Smokers. So the crafting recipe for that is a smoker. A smoker. Oh my gosh, full logs, huh? And furnaces. Oh my gosh, that's how many? Let me free cam. So already for what we have, we're talking 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. So 12 furnaces. Do I have furnaces already built? 2. Let's see. If we do them, we're going to need more eventually. So now I'm going to need like a stack of logs. Oh yeah, I got a lot of spruce. There we go. That works. Smokers. Wait a minute. Did that only use... Oh, I already had spruce logs in my inventory. I'm like, that had to use more than 4 spruce logs. That I had a whole bunch of them there already. Okay. Let's let the gas sit this one out. We'll just see what this looks like. Going old school. There we go. Now I'm going to have to position them backwards, aren't I? Yeah. So I want them here, here, and here. However, I'm going to have to do them from the back. Right? So if I do them from the back like this, then this is what you see on the front side. I like that. That looks way cooler, doesn't it? That looks like a good some kind of solid connector piece. Wow, that's a real technical word there for all of the construction-minded people. The connector piece thing. Coupler? I don't know if that's technically a coupler. It's more of a support thing than a just connecting two things thing. Someone out there knows what word I'm thinking of. I like that. I like that. It doesn't pop as much as the lighter color of this, but it does give you something there to see that support rim there is connected. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, at least on this side, I could probably... Oh, I'm not even gonna... Like, if I go up here, I'm not gonna be able to see where the other one... Ugh. Let me... Okay, I'm just gonna have to do it like this. Still faster than using the ghast. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get around the back side of this one as easily. Okay, I'm going to have to do it. There is no back side. There is no back side, so one of them is just going to look a little funny. Okay, yeah, so if you happen to see that edge from this side, you see a little whatever. That's fine. That's no problem. Let's see here. Bloop. There we go. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. That really helps. Good choice on that one. Let's just finish these up real quick here. And then we might take a break from the silo and look at doing something a little more exciting for the last half of this one. Let's see. Okay, so now on this one I was going to have to break them out and then get around back to place them. Okay. I'm just popping in to see if any of those like blocks lingered. I can pick them up. No, they probably all fell down. Okay, good. All right, and then we'll get this last one done. And let's see. We'll punch them in from this side. There we go. And it's almost time to sleep. It is technically time to sleep, but we'll be okay for now. Oh, oops, I didn't go high enough. I like that every once in a while you can still hear like a melon being popped. Thunk. There we go. There we go. And one more. Oops. Okay, that's fine. We're good. We're good. There we go. I like it. I like it. What is it? Oh, because they're getting light from the torches on the ground. let's sleep. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, let's take a break from the silo for now. We've been at this for half of the episode. And it might be something where I just continue these last 3 wall sections that same way, like off camera. Probably while I'm watching my friend Zinc stream. Tonight, actually, yeah, because today is, it would be tonight. Yeah. Today is the day where this evening is when his stream would be going on. So, yeah, maybe I'll do that while I'm watching Zinc's stream. Let's see. Let me put these blocks away. Oh, not the tough. Tough doesn't go in there. And this does. And we'll put these over here at workbenches. And we got these and these just getting sorted back out. We're not going to need the scaffolds. And we're not going to need the logs. And we're probably not even going to need the dirt. So, what do I want to do this episode that looks like it would be fun? So what I was thinking was, whenever I was like sorting all these blocks out, and I was kind of like, okay, nether blocks and end blocks, right? And different nether blocks, and we got, like crystal, amethyst blocks, geode blocks and mud blocks. And I was like, I'm kind of starting a like different types of building blocks section, right? Because now I'm getting to the point where I want to start building more things in this little town. So I'm looking for options of things to build with. And I was thinking that I could, let's see, where is here we go, cheaty map. I was thinking it'd be nice to get some of those blocks. I mean, excuse me. You don't really play with, don't really build with normal prismarine very much. It's a very interesting color. Color. But I know dark prismarine is really nice to build with. I always like the way dark prismarine pairs with this warped wood for kind of a darker green roof. Kind of, it pairs really well with that right there. You mix some of that dark prismarine in there. It looks really nice. But yeah, I was thinking we could go conquer maybe both of those. I mean, conquering these is not very difficult to me anymore. I've done it enough times. I'm looking to see if there's any closer. There's like one way down here. But yeah, we got like these two. Technically, we got three. We got a little bit of an Orion's belt here of of pyramid, almost like the Great Pyramids of Giza. But yeah, I was thinking, yeah, we could go in here. We could kill the bosses. Maybe search for some sponge rooms and stuff, and then maybe come over and do that one if we got time. And one thing that's cool is, like, if you see this, like, this is a geode sticking up out. And another thing I would like to do eventually is maybe turn one of these, like, one of these ocean level geodes into a geode farm. That's for another day. But for today, I'm thinking I want to go ahead and conquer a couple of these water monuments. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I'm actually going to start recording that. I might be able to get a cool shot of us swimming up to one of those to use as a thumbnail. I know I keep the thumbnails for this series a little bit more basic. But as far as screenshots go, a partially built silo isn't going to be much of a much of a screenshot. So maybe me swimming up to those monuments might be a more interesting shot for a screenshot. Anyway, where does this go? I think that's still miscellaneous blocks, right? Yeah. Okay. Wow, that large HUD is real. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I can't get used to it yet. I can't get used to it. Where was this? GUI. Yeah. Sorry. Can't get used to the larger UI. Yeah, okay. All right, so what am I going to need to do this? I'm going to need air pockets and milk. So we're going to need some buckets of milk, and we're going to need doors to make air pockets. So here's 14 doors. It's probably going to be enough. And we will need milk buckets. We got so much iron, we can just build our own buckets. Ooh, we do not need 21 buckets. Let's take we'll need like 6 if we do both before we come back home. So 9, and then a couple extras in case you run out. Okay, yeah, this is fine. 9 will be fine. So we can go over here to our cow crusher and get these all filled up. Hello. Thank you. I'm not sure how you milk them from above, but it works. I don't think I really need anything else. Yeah, we got wings and stuff. We can escape quickly when we need to. We got our air pockets. Let's just, yeah. Ugh, yeah. I'm annoyed with this now. I thought that was going to be a much better second edition. So not only does that not work right, it looks goofy now. Oops. There we go. Let's just get some of that placed in there. All right. So this is all we need to conquer these things is air and milk buckets. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? I'll keep my elytra on just so that we can get the quick getaway when we're done. You know what? I would rather be taking a little bit less damage from the zappy fish. Laser fish. Oh, this one doesn't have a netherite on it yet. Yeah, haven't gotten quite enough to get all my backup gear yet. Ooh, look at that. Shiny blue. Shiny blue. Alright, let's see. And it's raining. Well, good thing it's raining, because we're going to be underwater anyway. Yeah, I guess I'll need to fly out there. Alright, let's do it. So really, besides the doors and the buckets, really the only thing you need is the depth strider. And, of course, the respiration aquafinity helps. Where were these things? I am totally going not quite the right way. They're out this way. I guess we haven't been out that way since we've had Voxy installed. That's why it's not showing up yet. Is that it? I think that is it. All right. Curse splash. All right, let's get this on. And let's go ahead and punch a hole and get in there. All right. It's that easy, folks. It is that easy. Now I'm just going to I don't need an air pocket yet, because now I'm going to go take a breath of real water. Take a breath of real water. Yeah. And now we're going to go punch a hole in this one, and we have, oh no, we have gotten the effect. See, now this is where we need our bucket of milk. And then we break a hole in this roof. And then we fly down and find this guy. There you are. Oh. I probably shouldn't be knocking him back so far. Oh, watch your health. Watch your health. Okay. Nope, watch your health. Watch your health. Watch your health. Okay, I gotta avoid the zappies. Gotta avoid the zappies. The reason why you do this is like you have to break their line of sight and then their zappies stop trying to target you. So sorry if this is a little hard to watch while I'm zipping in and out of things. Okay, let's eat a little bit more. Alright, you are gone. Alright, let's get out of here. Get up here. Get a breath of air. Let me get one of these. Okay, now we're going to come down to this side over here. A bucket, and then we're going to get inside this one. There we go. And now we want to find this guy. Usually he's probably outside of this room. He's usually in that room. There he is. He's hiding in the corner. Oh look, his lasers are automatically blocked. That's pretty convenient. There we go. And one more sip of that. There we go. Bosses are clear. That's how easy it is to defeat these things. This is pretty cool. And now let's go ahead and get up out of this. I want to get back into the top. And then we start at the top looking down to see if we can find the sponge rooms. There we go. And we're going to slide down here and we're going to... there we go. Let's see. We want to try to get a... We need our hoe in case we find the sponge rooms. Well, that was great. We actually did it with only using three buckets of milk. Because sometimes, like, you'll drink the milk and then before you can actually break the hole, they'll zap you again. So that's why I like to bring a few extras. I am going to bring one of these. Where'd it go? There we go. Put that back in here. I like to keep one of these open so I can just kind of stick everything that we don't really need in it. We need this. We don't really need those right now. There we go. Cool. So now we're going to kind of go around this level and look for sponge rooms. Okay. Hey, there's one. And here's some of that dark prismarine, which is pretty nice. And of course, one day we could actually make a farm to farm these guys. So we can craft all of those things. Okay, now see how they float at the top? You have to really get up in here. Because sometimes you miss them. There we go. Now, sometimes I do like to turn on hitboxes. So when something is floating like right at the top, like say one of these was floating, without the hitboxes, sometimes you can't see it. See how it kind of goes up into the ceiling when it bobs up, and then you don't see it. When you turn on the hitboxes, even when it bobs up, the hitbox stays low. So sometimes when you're in these things, it's nice to turn on those hitboxes so you can see what's going on. I'm going to turn them off, though, just because it's a little bit of a mess. Alright, let's see. Let's see if there's any other sponge rooms on this level. That should be the outside. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this layer is usually 2 by 3 rooms. Like there's 3 rooms by 2 rooms. All right. I need to breathe. Where was our air pocket? We had an air pocket somewhere over here, didn't we? Where was it? Oh, I can just make a new one. There we go. All right. Now we're going to go down to the next layer. And what I like to do is, so I look to see, where am I at? Am I on the edge? Okay, I'm at the edge. So now I want to go basically this direction. And we just kind of punch through. Now here's a room. Go through, punch through. There's a room. And that's the outside. And we have to kind of avoid these guys. Oh, there's another row of rooms over here. Some more dark prismarine. Okay, I'm already lost. But usually I kind of go up and down the rows of rooms in like a grid. And that way it's an easy way to keep track of what you've been, what you've already searched. Because if you try to go around as the maze itself, you get lost. But if you just kind of punch through the walls, oh, this is the center. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's where we're at. Let me get move, zappy fish. No. Oh, the door blocks their line of sight too. That's awesome. Cool. So we can get in here to the middle and we can get the gold. Nice. Some more of this dark prismarine and some of these lanterns. Cool. Of course, we can come back at some point and really just strip down a lot of the materials from this. Okay, I know you're zapping me. You guys don't like me in here. The feeling's mutual, because I don't like you guys in here either. I'm talking to the fish, not you guys, literally. Oh, look how much darker it got. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like this. Get out of here. Okay. Okay. That was getting a little aggressive. Let me turn on my hitboxes so I can see all the stuff that's floating that we can pick up. Okay. And there's something up here. Okay. Let me get back in the... Oh, let me get back in here. Get back in here. There we go. All right. We could, while we're here, we could explore a little bit more. See if we can find like another sponge room or something. Usually the sponge rooms are usually just like on like these top two layers. Usually there's none down here at this base layer. But it's not always. Some there can be some at the base. Just not that often. Okay, that's the arm. And often the sponge rooms are lined in the dark prismarine as well. That's usually a good indicator. All right. Cool. This is looking pretty. Oops, I thought that was my shulker. It's a block of gold. Oh, oh, zappy fish, no. All right, you know what? I think this is good for now. We could always come back to this one. So let's first get to where we're not surrounded by all these fish. Okay, there's too many of them right here. Oh my gosh, that's the outside. Okay, let me get this elytras on. And we need to get up out of here. I need to get rockets in my inventory before I get zapped by these guys. Okay. Okay, launching out of the water is very difficult to do. There it goes. Whew, okay. That was fun. We had a little bit of a close call once or twice there with my health, but it wasn't too bad. So I want to go ahead and return this loot that we just got. We'll bring that home, and then we'll sleep, and then we'll come back out, and we'll do the next one. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Let's sleep away that night. Well, heck, it was about to turn daytime anyway. That was already dawn coming. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a prismarine chest over here. We'll first dump them all in here until we get too many, then we'll expand them out. All right. So we'll go all of those. These lanterns can go in the light blocks. There we go. And don't need those. Gold goes in here. The sponges can go in here for now because they're still related. These other things are technically mob drops, right? These, because you get them from killing the monsters. There we go. Cool. Good. Yeah, we only used like 3 doors. Huh. We're only 3 doors down. Let's see. Let's get all of those in our inventory. So, right off the bat, we're going to need... We don't need torches. There we go. We need to fly out there, then we're going to switch the elytra. And then we're going to go... There we go. Okay, cool. All right, let's go do the other one. So I think that was the first one. The other one is there. Yeah, I was thinking one thing I would like to do with this world is to start making farms, but then make, of course, builds for the farms. Right? So it's not just mindless farms, big ugly farms, but there's actually builds that go along with them. I don't know why I just decided to say that right then. Well, I was thinking of a reason to say... Okay, wow, my health is really hurting. Those... Okay. There are way too many fish up here. Way too many fish in the sea. Alright, let's... I need to eat something. At least I'm disrupting all their little laser beams, so they're not getting any hits, but as soon as I stop, they are. Okay, so let me just get in here, and get in here, and get down into the boss. There we go. Got you, boss. Okay. Alright. Let me breathe here before we go back up to where all the fish are and get our inventory arranged. Get another bucket in our inventory. There we go. Get our health back up. And up and out. Okay, now we'll go down to this side first. Alright. Where's the boss? There you are. Okay, got him. I'm getting hurt. Ooh, I'm getting hurt. I'm getting hurt. Oh, there's a fish on that side too. Oh no. No. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I gotta disrupt the beams. Gotta disrupt the beams. Oh, I have to eat it. I have to eat. Okay. Okay. Whew, this is supposed to be relaxing. This is supposed to be relaxing. Okay. I'm waiting for that health to heal back up. Am I gonna have to eat another carrot? I think I'm gonna have to eat another carrot. Okay. Did we get that boss's sponge? We did. Oh, we got the armor trim. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I need to breathe. I need to breathe. I need to get into my air pocket. Stay in the air pocket. There we go. Okay, now let me get the other bucket out. Okay, full breath, full health. Now let's go get that other one. All right, I need to get through the hole, and we're going to the other side. Oh, so many fish, so many laser beams. You can hardly see. Oh, stop, 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 stop. Okay. Oh my gosh, my health. Oh my gosh, my health. Okay, I need to be able to eat to heal that though. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Oh, he's got, look at it. He's got the freaking palace guard here. Oh, I'm dead. I'm almost dead. Oh, I'm gonna have a heart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, you stupid door. You're not supposed to face that way. The fish are that way. Okay. Now. Let's get you, big guy. We got you. We got you. Now, let's skedaddle. Let's get right into here. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh, and now I need one more bucket of milk. There we go. That one was a little stressful. That one was a little bit more stressful than the first one. Must admit. Whew. Okay. Oh, stop. Leave me alone. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get back up to the top so we can maybe search for a sponge room or two. Okay. Now we'll go down to this level. Here we go. Alright, there's 3 that way. No, is it? Oh, stop hitting me. Oh, there's a sponge room. There's a sponge room. Let's see, is there another one on this layer? Oh, there's another one right there. Look at that. 2 in a row. Is there going to be another one next to it? The third one? Oh, that's the outside. 1, 2. Is there going to be another one this direction? Nope. All right. Hey, hey, get out of there. You stinker. Okay. Cool. 2 sponge rooms on this top level. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to turn on hitboxes so we don't lose all of those, or half of those. There we go. Nice. It's nice. That's pretty awesome. Let's turn off those hitboxes. Let's go down to that next level just to see if we can find another sponge room or 2. Oh, you know what? Or we can go in here and get the gold. Let's get the gold. So you do this right, you can actually get an air pocket in here. Cool. You know what? We got our armor trim. I forgot that there was an armor trim. We got like everything we need. You know what? I never put my chest. That's probably why I was taking so much damage. I think when I went to switch that, I went too quickly and it didn't actually work. Do I really feel like searching for more? Oh, well, there you go. I guess I am searching for more sponge rooms. That's 3 in this one. That's pretty awesome. Where's our thingy? top here. Make sure we get them all. I don't see any more. I think we're good. I mean, let's just take a poke and see. Anything else? Okay, that's the outside. That's the middle. Let's get to the other side of the middle. Anything over here on this side? Okay, nothing going that way. That's the outside. Okay, cool. I think we're good to go. I don't think we're going to bother looking for any sponge rooms on the bottom floor. There usually aren't any. Not always, though. They can be down there. They're just not very often. All right, cool. Look at that. We did good. We did real good. Real good. Haha, you can't get me. You can't get... Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and get back home. It is almost time to sleep already. I'm just trying to fly away from those silly guys. Okay. How do I get out of here? Up. Let's get into here. I bet we probably can't sleep in here because there's too many monsters. Let's see. How do we get it? Oh, is that a sponge that we missed from earlier? Oh, here's our way out. Excellent. All right, let's oh, that's a pretty sunset with the icebergs and stuff. Okay, guys. Okay, don't let me enjoy it. Don't let me enjoy the sights. Whoo! Hey, that was fun. That was fun. Haven't done one of them in a while. And we just knocked out 2 of them. That was awesome. We could go do a third. We could go do the third of Orion's belt. Why not? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like the big boss defeater now. I'm feeling like the hero. Coming in here is nice at night. It's also making me realize that I don't have a single build finished yet. Everything is villager houses and half built. I mean, technically, that is the only thing I have that's a full build. Oh my gosh. That library, I know, that library, I've been building that thing for so long. It's such a humongous task. You know, if we're going to do this again, we might as well keep some of those milks. Let's go ahead and empty out our new loots. So we have those and those and those and those. Look at that. We got almost 2 stacks of sponges. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Let's put our blocks of gold away. And our fishy scales. And our armor trim. We got a whole chest for armor trims now. Boom, look at that. Tied armor trim. Very cool stuff. Very nice. I like it. What was I doing? Probably need to get some more milk. I think 5 milks is fine. We don't need that many. Okay. Yeah, let's get our... Let's refresh our milk. We'll refresh our rockets and our carrots. Carrots and rockets. And then get some more milk. And we're going to go knock out that 3rd one real quick here. All right. So we're going to want this in the hot bar. We're going to want doors. I probably need to make a couple more doors. Yeah, probably need to make a couple more doors. Just like 1 recipe more. We don't need a ton of them. Yeah. There we go. 8 should be fine. All right. Now we look on our map. That was those 2, and then there's this one that's even further up this way, the 3rd one on Orion's belt here. Okay, I was wondering what that light bit was, but I guess it's just the weird lighting on the blocks, huh? Oh yeah, because I guess one side must be in shadows or covered with moss or something. Or moss. This stuff, the sea growth. Kelp. But it's not. It's just a shadow. Okay. All right, let's fly out there. And that would be this way. So I was talking earlier about my niece's wedding. And, you know how, like, you watch, like, you're watching, like, a movie or a TV show and there's a wedding and you're like, this is so unrealistic because they're all, like, these, like, gorgeous Hollywood people, right? They're all, like, you know, gorgeous people and, you know, handsome men and beautiful women, and it's like this so unrealistic because none of them look like normal people. I just discovered that that's not just Hollywood, that's real. Everyone at that wedding was just gorgeous human beings. Along with my niece and her husband, there was 15 people in the wedding party. And I swear every one of them could have been a Hollywood actor. They were just 15 gorgeous people up there. And their families were beautiful. Even like the grandparents were beautiful. I was like, wow, this looks like an unrealistic Hollywood movie. Like, this was so weird. And I was laughing. I was telling my brother, I said, you know, whenever the wedding party was up at the altar, I said, man, they all look so good. I said, well, they must have been like the popular kids in school or something. And because I know that my niece was a cheerleader. And he was like, yeah, probably like all like the football team and the cheerleaders. And then when they did their like, yeah, after they do their pictures and then they come into the reception and all of that, they kind of did some fun stuff. Well, when the guys came in, they did like a football play. And my brother looked, he's like, yep, they were the football players. So funny. So funny. But, yeah, wow. It was just like an entire wedding full of just gorgeous human beings. I swear to God, I thought I was in like LA or something. It was so weird. Oh, here we go. Whew. Okay, now let's go defeat this boss, because he is less beautiful. Oh, okay, get you in the corner. Oh, you got a guy back here hiding with you, huh? Okay, and let me get out of there. Let me get back to my air pocket so I can stop and eat a carrot. Whew, okay. All right. Now we need to go kill the last one. The last one. All right. Full health, full breath, full everything. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and go over here. Oh, so many zappy things in the screen. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to see anything. Okay, I'm just trying to... Okay, I'm trying to erase some of those off the screen. Okay, here we go. Drink the milk and then get down here. Okay, get in the hole. Get in the hole. I can't see anything. I'm not in the hole. I'm almost dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm almost dead. No, 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 no. They're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Fly, fly. Oh. Oh. I bet I still have my electron, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Relaxing long play. Relaxing. Oh my gosh. All right. Here I am on Chicken Hill. I need to stop calling it Chicken Hill. It is a lot of chickens on this hill. But this will eventually be my manor house. I can't have my manor house be called Chicken Hill. Oh boy. Okay. We did get ourselves a backup elytra in this world, didn't we? Kind of glad I did that. I'm pretty sure I did, right? Didn't I do that just recently? pretty sure. Okay, yeah, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking my thing being hidden back there. Oh, is it in here? There it is. Okay. Whew. All right, let's just get some. Let's just get something. Sure. Let's just get something on our body here. We'll get ourselves a pair of rockets. A pair of rockets. I need more than a pair. We'll take a stack. I just need to be able to get in there and get my stuff. And then get out. Alright, we're going to turn on hitbox for the flight. Okay. Now, if this gear rescue mission goes south, then this is going to be a lot harder to get it. Because then I'm having to boat over here and hoping that nothing despawns. I'll have to review the tape on that one because how much you want to bet I forgot to switch to my chest plate when I went in there. And that's probably why I was taking a large amount of damage. Okay. And then I was trying to escape with rockets, and I don't even know if I had my elytra on or not. Alright, so once we get over here, that's where we were. I don't know what direction we came out, but hopefully we'll see all of my stuff. I'm looking for my stuff. I'm looking for... Oh my gosh, there's so many... What direction did I leave? Where's my stuff? Oh, this is all my stuff. It's like surrounded by all these things. And I can't tell what's... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay. I can't tell what was stuff and what was fish. Okay, hold on. Let me get over here. I have to do this quickly, right? Because now we're on a timer now because the chunk's loaded. Oh, I got hardly anything. Okay, let's get some better gear on. We'll get everything else in here. Oh, food. Yes. Oh, food. Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get back in there. Now I gotta figure out what is stuff and what is fish. My stuff was somewhere right around. Those are fish. Oh, you can actually fly in the water. Oh. Okay. Oh, my stuff just went everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's going to make flying out of there easy. Wow, okay, so that's how you fly out of water, huh? You get in swim mode and you just rocket while you're under the water. I've been making this hard on myself this whole time. Okay, let's get everything in there. Okay, I'm still on a timer. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. I need this. I need that. Okay, stop wasting time. Oh gosh, is it nighttime? It's nighttime now. Okay, I did get my bed. Okay. This isn't relaxing anymore. This is supposed to be a relaxing long play. Okay. All right. Why am I getting mining fatigue? Oh, did we not defeat the boss yet? I don't even remember now. I'm so stressed. Okay. I'm just looking for more stuff on the surface. Okay, here's more stuff. I'm trying to just keep moving so that these guys don't get a bead on me here. So sorry if this is hard to watch. I'm just trying to find the things that are at the surface that are not fish. I think I've gotten everything. Look how easy that is to fly out. See, look. Okay, so say you're in the water and you're like, doop-a-doop, I'm in the water. You go into swim mode and you just launch. It's that easy. What is this? It's a wandering trader. You're trying to sell me something now? Really? Like, you are a salesman, huh? You just the most inopportune time possible. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now let's see. Did I actually get everything? I need to make sure I got everything. I need to take a quick inventory, make sure I got everything. Okay, so I got all of this armor. This was my chest plate. The shield that I've not been using. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, sword, bow, silk touch. There's my axe. Shovel, shovel. There's my shovel. There we go. Got my bundle. Some of this goes in the in there. Backup elytra. We'll get that in there. Shield. I should probably be technically using this. You know what? That's probably make life harder because you're gonna be shifting. I think I got everything. I think this is everything. Rockets. Let me dump some of them back in there. Food. Let me dump some of them back in there. And then just loot stuff. Okay. Here's my arrow. Okay. Think we're good. Think we are good. Okay. Oh, there's still a boss. I have the effect still right on me. Okay. Now, what I'm going to need to do is fly over there and swap out the elytra for the chest plate so I don't keep taking as much damage. And you know what? This is the regular unenchanted elytra. I need the enchanted one that's not going to break as fast. There we go. But I guess the elytra, see, I can get away faster with the rockets now that I know how to actually use them underwater. We don't need the hoe in my slot yet. Okay. Okay. What do you got for sale? What do you got for sale? Oh, look, he'll buy milk. We actually have milk to sell him. We're not going to sell him milk. All right, let's get over there and try to remember which boss we were trying to defeat or trying to fight just then. I don't remember which one it was. I think it might have been this one, and then I couldn't get into the hole. See, I can't get into that hole. Why can't I get into that hole? Okay. All right. This is a problem. Okay, the elytra thing's not working now. Why? Oh, I was in fly mode when I hit the water before, and I never got out of it. That's why. Okay, can I get in this stilly? I can't get in that hole. All right. Don't stress out over this. If you can't fly correctly, put the chest plate on. We're gonna get over here. Let's make. Oh, come on. Let's just make the hole wider. With the right tool, please. There we go. Now you can get in the... Okay. Alright. Alright. Alright, you guys, you're doing too much damage to me. Let me get back here. Let me get it. Okay. I think this will be the last one we do today. We really have no need to do another one, do we? Let's see. Hey, you know, I think I might know what my thumbnail will be. A big old splat in the ocean. Alright, okay. Alright. I believe all the bosses are defeated. Just in case I somehow screwed up and didn't get one. We have one more bucket of water. All right, we have 4 doors. Let's at least make this one worthwhile and see if we can find a sponge room or 2 before we leave and go back home with our tail tucked between our legs. Okay. Hey, there's one. Very nice. Give us our loot. This was hard-earned sponges right here. Sponges that we will almost never use. But more importantly, it's given us access to these things. All right. Very nice. Cool. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's we can go down one more layer and see if we can find any more sponges. I think we got 3 more doors so we can make spaces. There we go. Nope. Nope. Let's get out of this room because these guys want to zap me. Hey, look, there we go. There's another one. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Oh, another sponge room. Okay. At least, like, none of these monuments were duds, right? Because I've been in some where there are 0 sponge rooms. But luckily, all of these were hits. All hits, no misses. All right. Oh, another one! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm running out of breath. I can barely breathe. Wow. This one was a really good one. Heck, was that 4 sponge rooms in this? Was it 3 or 4? I don't know. We got almost 2 stacks of sponges just from this monument. That's bonkers. That's the outside. So is that. Okay. Okay, have we run the whole range here? Okay, let's get over here. Oh, more sponges that we missed. Which is why I like to use hitboxes. I haven't been turning them on every time just because it gets messy, but every once in a while you miss blocks if you don't use them. I know, you want to zap me. Alright, where are we? We are about to drown again. There we go. Get in the air. Oh. Alright, I think we get into the center and we get our gold and then we get out of here. Where's our gold? Where's the center? I am disoriented. It is going to be this way. Right? This is the middle, right? No, it's not. Where's the middle? There's the middle. I knew it was around here somewhere. Nice. Alright, now I want to switch to the... Stop zapping me. Now I want to switch to the elytra so I can... Okay, see, I'm swimming. Okay, I must have landed in the water in fly mode, which is why I was able to fly around the water. Because... Okay, let's test it. Now, I'm in fly mode. And then I go into the water. And I'm still in fly mode, and I can launch rockets. Okay. So swim mode is not fly mode. And what I thought was working wasn't working. All right. Wow. That was exciting. That was exciting. That was fun. Yeah. Lots of hard-earned sponges that we'll probably never use. But like I said, now we have access to these blocks, which is really what we wanted. That's really what I wanted. So that's pretty cool. And right back home. Soft like a pillow. There we go. All right. Nice. Look at all that dark prismarine just from that little bit that we grabbed. Very cool. Let's get those sponges in here too. Boom. 3.5 stacks of sponges. That's cool. And oh man, no, these are evil mobs, which needs to go in this chest. There we go. And we'll put those back away, and we'll put these away. And then we're going to get this back out. Get this. Get this. I'm missing something. My ender chest and my shulker are still stranded on that little island because we had the bad effect and we couldn't pick them up when we were out there. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm glad I remembered that. We're gonna have to get this thing enchanted and taken care of. Okay, I don't like this being sorted. I like that there. I like that there. And I like this and this here. And I like my rockets and my food over here. There we go. Okay, now let's sleep and go get... Where's my bed? I probably left the bed over there too. That's okay. We've got beds. We've got beds. All right, let's go get our stuff that we left stranded. Okay, what's going on? Okay. Wow. It's like I wasn't taken off there. All right, just out of curiosity. Yeah. We'll just delete that. Confirm. So yeah, we need to fly back over here. Yep. No other ones in the near vicinity. Oh, look at there's one like right there next to our XP farm. I was just thinking in the future if we make one of those into a farm. No, I don't think making it by the XP farm would be good because then both might be active at the same time. Yeah, no. If I were to turn one of these into a farm, it would be one of these out here. Alright, stranded stuff. Where's my stranded stuff? Along with our stranded salesman. There we go. I thought I was missing a few things. There we go. And the shulker. And the bed. There we go. Nice. You know what? Here's a bucket of milk. What you got? We're going to buy 2 tulips. And this will be in memory of Oda's folly. Now don't take those back. You better leave them there. I don't want to see you resell them to someone else. Ah, that was cool. Oh boy. That was a little stressful. That sure was. Okay, I've still got some time. That actually went faster than I expected it to go. Is there something I can do that I could do in like 40 minutes, 35 minutes? That's not building in 2 more walls. Let's see. Let me think while I'm flying over here. Is there something like a small farm? You know, we could replant that wheat. We were going to do that. I could readjust my automatic block breaker back to its original configuration. I was trying to think if there was like a simple farm or something I could build real quick, but I don't think there is. All right, let's put the rest of this loot away. So let's see, these. Backup gear. This is my normal gear. These are the backup gears. Fish scraps. Let's see. Ink sacs are good mobs. They're C mobs. There we go. Let's see. Buckets in here. Dirt. And the chest plate goes back in here. I feel like I'm like missing a stack of rockets. Maybe I lost a stack of rockets. Because usually there's a stack and a partial stack in here. Oh well. I bet I lost a stack of rockets, or a partial stack of rockets. That's okay though, no big deal. We can craft them. We got those materials falling out our ears. You know, I want to craft this elytra. I want to get this backup elytra properly enchanted. So when we do have to fall back on it, we when we do have to fall back on it, we don't have to worry about it breaking. So mending and unbreaking. Okay. Oh, by the way, someone made a suggestion that those large paintings were taken away from the windows and that the armor stands would look nicer. And I 110, you can't 110% anything. I 100% agree with that. That looks way better. Those big posters were kind of a little too much. And I kind of like that the walls that don't have decoration are just like almost a little bit more bare. It does help you see the windows better. So that was a very, very good suggestion. Thank you for that. I did that off camera as well. What was I going to do? We're going to enchant this elytra. So we do unbreaking mending is 2, right? Yep. This should be pretty cheap. I don't have... Oh, because I died. So I don't have 6 levels. We want to go heal this up. We want to go heal some of this up real quick. Let's readjust our automatic block breaker back to its proper configuration, since this I'm gonna have to rethink my idea. Yeah, I really just wish they would make like a faster hopper. That's really what needs to happen. But until that happens, we're just gonna have to go back to our regular regular programming. This one is water, and then this one is the obsidian. And then our dropper goes there. And I'm actually going to, you know what? I'll put this here. There we go. So it's not sticking out like it was. Okay. That's good. I like that. So that's fixed. Okay. Excellent. Let's put those things back away. And stone goes here. Now let's go ahead and enchant our backup elytra and get that healed up. Let's see. It's nice seeing the little sniffers through the through that window right there as you're going through the portal. XP farm is this way. See, now I need to build something with dark prismarine blocks and make that worth it. 6. Okay, I wanted to get to 6 first so we can enchant that. Oh, I should have called it something. Oh well, it's just elytra. I mean, it's an Oda's elytra. I don't have a level. Okay, let's get this in here. There we go. Even though this is a backup elytra, eventually it might be the real one, so we'll just call it Oda's elytra. And while we're here, we can heal this up as well. We can get this, and we'll get that. And then we will fill up our inventory so that we don't have an inventory full of junk. There we go. All right. Oh, I guess that axe is hurting because I was I said I was harvesting trees off camera. That's why my axe was so damaged. That makes sense. All right, that's good enough for now. That is good enough for now. Let's sort this stuff into our appropriate places. All right, very nice. Okay, so now I got about 30 minutes. Let's see what I want to do with those 30 minutes. We could go ahead and start working on the silo some more. See if we can get a little more of that built up, or I could start framing out. What the actual farmhouse is going to look like. Let's do that. Let's start framing that out a little bit. Get an idea, at least. And you know what? I think the backup elytra would probably make more sense being in here. Yeah. That makes more sense. Okay. What'd I say? Oh no, that's right. I said we were gonna do these. Let me get my hoe. There we go. right. Yeah, see, now that we have a farm, we don't need these fields to be melons and pumpkins anymore. So like I said, I'm going to convert these to wheat. And the main reason why I want to do that is, well, I want to keep using these as farms for now. I think just the way they're laid out is kind of nice. I kind of like the look of it. But also I can actually use wheat to make stuff like mud bricks. So whenever I do want to build with mud bricks, I know that I can quickly make a good amount of them if I have a large amount of wheat. Oh, these stems are so hard to punch. Their hitboxes are so thin. There we go. Now this whole field should be able to be hydrated. I say it should be because I think whenever I did the melon farm, I made it to fit that spot, but there was actually a row in the middle where they weren't being hydrated. And I would notice that every time I harvested. And one thing I did while I was, again, off camera, was I actually added a square of water to the middle. so those middle blocks would not be unhydrated. But I think the pumpkins were made at the correct size. I think the melons were only like that because the melon farm was made to fit the space, not necessarily that it was the optimal size. All right. Let's get in here. Why these stems are so hard to punch? They're so... But you know, if you don't want to punch them, you'll hit them every single time, right? Yeah, see, I had to add this one in here because, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this middle row was not being hydrated. So those few stems were actually on unhydrated soil. Which is fine, but if it's now going to be a wheat farm where I'm harvesting it by hand, then if I don't replant them quick enough, they turn into dirt, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. There we go. Now these two can become wheat fields as well as that one over there. Now I don't want to add those to these because I still like seeing how close these are. This is closing in on... see, those are still ahead. Those are still ahead. I don't know why I'm still keeping track of that. I just think it's interesting to see if we got the math right. I can sell those. Thank you. Now let's go put these away and empty our inventory, and then let's plant some wheat. So we got our farmables box here. I probably don't really need to hold on to those seeds. If I run into a situation where I need seeds, I can just get them from actual fruits from the farm. So I probably don't need to hold on to the seeds. Let's see. Let's get our hoe put away. You know, let me keep the hoe out just in case I like stomp on something or something. There we go. And I think I did keep some wheat seeds aside, didn't I? Over here. Yes, I did. That's not going to be enough. So we'll have to harvest these. Wheat farming is a weird one to try to automate. The only way you can automate it is getting the villagers to do it. But then there's the whole thing where you have to make it to where they don't turn it into bread and try to feed each other with it. I've never really nailed down the whole getting villagers to farm wheat thing. So maybe that's something we can tackle someday and eventually have... Because, I mean, it would be kind of cool to have this world where eventually, right, like, as many resources as possible are being farmed in some way, right? Anything that we can farm is being farmed. And then, you know, kind of leaves us open to spend that time building things and stuff like that. It would be cool to get there eventually. But something, like I said, something like wheat farming, that's a pretty difficult one to get working right. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's, again, a million tutorials out there that tells you exactly what to do and the best builds possible. So really, all you have to do is follow instructions. But that will be an interesting one to try to work out someday. Just because it's one that I've never personally have worked out yet. Oh, one thing at the wedding, they had their wedding cake, but the cake was just kind of like a one section, like if you think of like the top tier of a wedding cake, it was about that size, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but it was a single piece, a single cake thing. It wasn't like a big, humongous thing. And but they also had like a bunch of cupcakes, and when I went over to get one, my sister's husband, brother-in-law. Okay, my sister's husband. Okay, not actually the father of the bride, but he definitely played the role of that. His sister made the cupcakes, and oh my God, they were so good. They were so good. They weren't like big, crazy gourmet things that they were doing like 10 years ago that was all the rage. They were just normal cupcakes, but oh my God, they were so good. And everything about me that like wants to bake things was like, these were just amazing cupcakes. They were just perfect texture, perfect lightness. Had the one I got was lemon. It had just a beautiful, crisp lemon flavor. The icing was like not too much, not too little, not too thick. It was just nice, smooth icing. And she even put like a little, you know, like a little lemon drop hard candy on the top of it in like a little leaf. And it was so cute. And like that hard, crunchy thing while you're like eating the cupcake on like your third or fourth bite. It was actually, at first I was like, well, this is going to be weird, but it actually was really good. And it was amazing. It was so good. So that was really nice. And I had never met her before. But she was there, and when I got introduced, I'm like, you're the one who made the cupcakes? She's like, yep. I'm like, oh, they were so good, so good. And he was saying that like she would make them and kind of sell them, right? Like, friends would make them and she'd make them, friends would have her make them and then she would, sell them to her friends, but not like she was trying to turn a profit off of her friends. But he said that she's actually recently had to pretty much stop doing that because just everything, all the ingredients have just gotten so expensive. So she's like, and she's like, she would feel bad charging her friends even more for the cupcakes, but she would have to because all the ingredients are so much more. So she was like, so she kind of just stopped doing it. And I felt really bad for her for that. That sucks. That's not cool at all. But, yeah. What can you do, though? Price of everything has gotten out of control, and it's never going to come down, right? Prices never come down. They'll use any excuse to raise the prices, but then they'll never bring them back down because people will still buy the stuff. They have to buy the stuff. Can't not buy groceries, so no matter how expensive they make them, everyone's still going to have to buy groceries, right? So the price of her eggs and her flour and her sugar and everything is going to stay expensive. It's a shame. It's a shame. I know, like, inflation happens, but of course what has happened here hasn't been normal inflation over the past 6 years. It's affecting everybody, and now this woman can't make cupcakes for her friends anymore. She made them for the wedding as her wedding present to the happy couple, which was really nice. And I'm wishing I got more than one because she had several different flavors up there, and I'm wishing I could have had more than just one. You know what? We got about 15 minutes. Why don't we just try to slap another wall piece together and try to get a little bit more done on our silo. Let's do that. Just grab some tuff, and we'll grab some stone bricks and some mossy stone bricks and some cracky stone bricks and some of these smoothie slabs, and our scaffold. All right. Let's get some more of this. I wonder what it's looking like from up here. How tall is this thing feeling? Oh, this is feeling pretty tall. Look at that. This is going to be cool. And we have to figure out how to design a roof. What does a silo roof look like? They're usually like shallow, right? Or either they're domed, which I don't think this is going to be domed. If they were to build a silo like this in medieval times, in medieval-ish times, I don't think it would be domed. It would probably be like so I'm thinking it would be more like a wide flat roof, almost like the hats that like Chinese farmers would wear in the rice fields. That kind of even more shallow than that, even of a shallow kind of like a point in the middle and then a shallow circular design coming out. That's probably sounds about right. You know what? I need to get some of my those things. The furnace things. The furnace things. Smokers. Yes, smokers. I am going to have to craft a few more of those because I don't have enough for all of these. So once I get this, so all these stray villagers are not going to be permanently stray villagers like that, just so you guys know. Eventually, as we build these farms and stuff, the appropriate villagers, if there are appropriate villagers, will go inside the. What I'm trying to do is when I'm building the farms, right? I'm essentially also trying to build them inside of a structure, right? And then And then if there is like an appropriate villager for that farm, like here we're going to have farmers so that we can trade them, right? For example. Then I'm thinking that those villagers end up in those buildings, right? And no longer as strays, right? Just roaming around the streets, roaming around. So eventually this village should start looking like a well-organized community rather than just dudes running around on the grass. There we go. I realize it's easier to do those if I do a layer of this first, so I have something to target and I don't have to go breaking them. There we go. All right. One thing I think would be cool to do with the villagers, and this is something that that my friend Zinc did in like his original Let's Play series. There was a section of his city, town, whatever. His city, his area was massive. It had a big castle, buildings, streets, districts. In one of the areas, he had a place where there was a bunch of villagers. And what he did, and it was so clever, he hid their workbenches in the streets. So a villager will use a workbench if it's either at their foot level or the floor, right? So if a villager's workbench is here, and this is the ground, and they can get to here, they'll use it. And if a workbench is here, they can come up here and use it. If a workbench is here, they won't use it unless they can get either up to here or up to here. So he would actually put their workbenches in the street and then put like a gray carpet or something, you know, something that would match what was going on the street to cover it up. And it would make the villagers roam around the streets outside, which was so cool, right? Because normally, right, they go inside their homes and they're at their workbenches most of the time, right? These guys would actually go and hang out in the streets because that's where their workbenches were. So clever, so clever. All right, let's get this bit of wall work now here. Let's see. There we go. We'll do it like that. I am starting to get hungry. I'm glad we're getting close to time here because I have not had lunch yet today, and it is, just so you know exactly when I'm recording, it is 1:30 in the afternoon my time on a Saturday. I had breakfast. My breakfast is 3 hard-boiled eggs. And I had that at probably around, well, I slept in a little bit and all of that. So probably around 8:30 or so is when I had my breakfast. And those 3 hard-boiled eggs are long gone. They are long gone, and I am starting to feel it. So I can't get around back there to get the ones that I'm dropping. It's okay. It's not a big deal if I lose a few stone bricks. It's no big deal. I'm liking how this design is turning out. This is really cool. So yes, after I'm done recording this, I am going to immediately go make some lunch. I'm doing too many. No, hold on a second. That's not supposed to go there. That's not supposed to go there. That's not supposed to go there. Let me fill this one back in. I just realized I was about to do that one almost exactly the same as the last one. This one will be the short corner here. can be a long corner here. There we go. That's the only problem, even when you're doing something like this. Like, you can only vary this so much, right? Until, like, you are kind of making some of the same patterns, even like this. But you have to try to... excuse me. You have to try to... you got to watch that you're not doing the exact same pattern, right? Because we had that one on the wall. Oh, dang it. We had that one on the wall earlier that the 2 layers were exactly the same. I had to go change one. So it is difficult to, even when you're doing something like this, make sure that even a simple design that's relatively the same, it still gets varied a little bit. Okay, hold on a second. Now it's dark and it's raining and I need to sleep. There we go. Okay. All right. And I am keeping all of these where there's more in the corners and less in the middles because I figured that's like where the moisture is collecting and like, you know, maybe running down these posts and stuff. That's why I've been kind of doing all of them where it's kind of like an arch type of staining rather than having it like shallow in the middle, shallow at the ends and deep in the middle, rather than the stain kind of going down like that. The stain is more like this because I feel like the corners is where the more of the moisture would collect that would cause the staining. So there is, all I'm saying is that there is a tiny bit of method to some of my madness, even when some of it feels pretty random. And that's another way that I sometimes approach this stuff is like I try to think about like, well, what would it do in real life? You know, like let's see. That one's gonna be smallish. That one's gonna stay up there. Yeah, this is gonna be smallish as well. We just do it like that. See, they all don't have to be like super stained. Let's see. See, because then you're going to put these blocks in there anyway. There we go. Ah. All right. How does that one look? Looking pretty good. So let's get a feel for how this is going. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. Again, we'll put a roof on that, and that roof might actually be like right there. Like I might not make this top section like this same height. I might actually keep that top section short, and then maybe like heavily stain the topmost blocks because they'd be so much more shaded. Yeah, that's going to look really cool. Of course, from this angle, it looks very square. Oh, it's because that side's not sticking out yet. So I still got these two sides to do. I think I might do these this evening while I'm watching Zinc stream. And yeah, that's going to be fun. I'll give you something to do there. And then what I'm thinking is, again, I need to frame out how the farmhouse on the front is going to attach to this. And then once that's decided, part of this silo is, of course, going to have to come out on this front part too. But I don't want to start building that yet until I know where the house is going to overlap that. So I figured I would kind of like figure that out first and then see how much of the front parts of the silo walls I have to build. But if you think about like this curve is going to keep coming out and there's even going to be another wooden post going up, right? That curve will come out this way. But I just don't know where it's going to end. So I didn't want to start building that yet. All right. I think we're right about on time here. So, hey, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, I think this build is coming out really nice. It had a lot of fun in those ocean monuments. Sure, I died once, but that's fine. I mean, that's what adds some excitement to the game. I was able to retrieve all of my stuff before all of it despawned, so that's really good. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Y'all take care of yourself. If you have loved ones that you don't see very often, let them know you love them. Bye, guys.